Please adhere to YouTube select guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals.
Alright, so today I'm going to be giving you a full tutorial on how to make my patent-pending Rice Krispie treats, which as a whole I am quite excited to do, because I thoroughly enjoy Rice Krispie treats all around the year. They are, in my opinion, absolutely without a doubt, one of, if not the best, sweet treats to have on any day like today, on any good day or bad day in general. And since I enjoy Rice Krispie treats just so much, I have dedicated the last couple months of my life to developing the perfect Rice Krispie treat recipe. And a couple weeks ago, I landed on what that recipe actually is. As such, I went ahead and filed a patent for it, and as such, I figured, hey, why not show y'all how to make my perfect Rice Krispie treat recipe today? But of course, do not make this recipe at home. If y'all make my patent-pending Rice Krispie treats at home, I will sue you for everything that you own and ever will own. Do not make my patent-pending Rice Krispie treats. This is a recipe that I have put my heart and soul into. Do not steal my recipe. But I do suppose, without further ado, I should probably go ahead and showcase everything that you're going to need to make, well, my patent-pending Rice Krispie treats. Starting off with the non-food items. So, what are you going to need to, well, just get your Rice Krispie treats going in general? Well, first off, you're going to want a little bit of a stovetop. I have a Coleman cooking stove with me today, but just about any stovetop will work, whether it be a gas burner or an induction burner or anything in between. It will work for this experience. It will work for this recipe. As said, though, what I have with me today is indeed a butane-powered Coleman cooking stove. And to power this stove, I have, of course, some Coleman butane fuel with me today. That is a very necessary ingredient, I will acknowledge. To mix everything up into, I have a pan with me today as well. Of course, there's a bunch of stuff that you're going to be mixing up together to make my patent-pending Rice Krispie treats. So you're going to want a bigger bowl than not, a bigger pan than not, I guess is really the right way of putting it. And that is exactly what I have with me today. To mix everything up inside the pan, you are, of course, going to want a spatula or some sort of mixer as well, which is what I have right here. You're also going to want some measuring tools as well, like a tablespoon. You're also going to want a measuring cup as well, along with a knife to cut the Rice Krispie treats with once you're done, and a big glass pan to put the Rice Krispie treats into once they're done cooking. And yeah, that really is most of the non-food ingredients you're going to need for this recipe today, but it's not all of them, because I am just realizing that two of the ingredients I had were hidden behind some stuff that I just moved. After the Rice Krispie treats are done, you are going to want to cover them with some cling wrap, so I have some plastic wrap from Target with me today. This should work pretty well for my recipe, I will admit. And you are also going to want some cooking spray as well. My personal choice for cooking spray is the Wegmans brand cooking spray canola oil blend. This is personally what I use for everything, and I find it to work very well for my patent-pending Rice Krispie treats as well. And so as such, you got to make sure you use this specific cooking spray if you're going to be making this recipe. But as said, do not make this recipe. Now that I have covered all of the non-food ingredients you're gonna need, I do suppose I should probably go ahead and cover the food ingredients now, shouldn't I? Of course, what I'm showing y'all how to make today are Rice Krispie treats, my patent-pending Rice Krispie treats, and so you're gonna need some Rice Krispies or Rice Krispie alternatives. And what I have with me today are the Wegmans brand Crispy Rice oven toasted rice cereal. This is the cereal. This is the crispy rice that I use for my patent-pending Rice Krispie treats, and this is the only cereal you can use for my patent-pending Rice Krispie treat recipe. I especially like this cereal right here for this recipe because unlike normal Rice Krispie treats, this stuff is both gluten and dairy-free. I think normal ones are dairy-free, but I don't think the normal ones are gluten-free, whereas these ones are, and since I am gluten-free and dairy-free, these are my choice. As far as your marshmallows go, you are going to want some Wegmans brand marshmallows. You're gonna want a 10-ounce bag to be precise, as you're gonna need all 10 ounces for this recipe. And of course, you're gonna need some butter as well. And since I am indeed dairy-free, I have some dairy-free butter with me today. This is the Earth Balance soy-free butter, to be precise. Is there anything I'm missing? Anything I'm forgetting to mention? There is one item that I am forgetting to mention, and it is a very essential item, if I do say so myself. There is one item that, if you do not remember to have it while you're making the patent pending Rice Krispie treat recipe that I'm showing y'all how to make today, you're frankly put just not gonna have a good time. What you're gonna want in specific is some alcohol. Now, any alcohol will do, but my choice for this experience is the Blake's Hard Cider American Apple Imperial Hard Cider with 8% alcohol per volume, or by volume might be the better way of putting it. But of course, yes, you're gonna want some alcohol while you have this experience today, but you're only gonna want some alcohol after you get your burner going and everything mixed into the pan. I do suppose, without further ado, I should probably go ahead and actually get to making my patent pending Rice Krispie treats though, now shouldn't I? So, let's see if I can move everything around real quick, get some space on the table I'm sitting at, and actually get to making my recipe. So let's just move everything kind of around, get some space cleared off for my stove. Let's see, how do I want to do this? I want to move my camera back, as I want to make sure y'all can see everything that I'm doing, of course. So let's move my camera back like right there for the moment, maybe, and let's go ahead and grab my stove and see if that spot will work. I can always move my camera back a little bit more if need be, but let's go ahead and get my stove case all opened up. Will it be upside down or right side up? It's right side up, no complaints. This is the stove that I'm using today, y'all. Let's go ahead and get it out real quick, just like that. And I am gonna go ahead and fold this up and put this back down on the ground. And let's go and put this down right here. I do think, so this is just about as close as it can get to me on the table that I'm sitting at. So I do think I wanna move my camera back a little bit more and maybe a little bit further down kind of thing, and go with something maybe like that. Maybe like that. Maybe that'll work. I'm thinking this might be, trying to think, maybe something like that, maybe. I'm thinking this might be a good choice for what I want. I've got some space over here I can kind of prepare everything with. Got a little bit of space over here and everything like that as well. So yes, I'm thinking this is the positioning I want to go with for this video today. Without further ado, let's go ahead and take my butane fuel canister. Let's go ahead and get the topper off and go ahead and put it inside of my stove. And we're gonna do a test fire in just a moment. Let's see. So it's unlocked right now. Let's go ahead and lock it just like that. And let's do a little bit of a test fire real quick. There we go. Perfect. No complaints on my behalf. There we go. Stove is back off now. And let's go ahead and move this from my pan. Don't need that quite yet. And let's go ahead and put the pan just on top of my stove I have right here. Y'all can't really see what's going on inside the pan, I will acknowledge, but I don't think I really have any better camera positioning than this, so we're gonna go with this for today. And I think first off, okay, so I'm just trying to organize my thoughts real quick. Of course, I have made this recipe tons of times, just practice upon practice upon practice, but this is my first time doing it on video, so I'm feeling a little bit jumbled kind of thing, just trying to make sure everything goes the way I want it to go. So what I'm gonna wanna do first off is I'm gonna wanna take my butter that I have with me today. I'm gonna want to grab my little tablespoon right here, and first off, you're gonna want 3 tablespoons of butter in your pan, and you're gonna want to melt it on low heat. And then after that, I believe, add in the marshmallows and then add in the crispy rice, the Rice Krispies, after you melt the marshmallows as well, kind of thing. Before I go ahead and add in the butter though, let's go ahead and spray this pan. That's probably a good move. Should probably do that. I've got a battery bank plugged into my phone. Let's try not to get grease all over that and all over everything else as well. let's go ahead and spray the inside of my pan real quick, just to make sure it's a little bit more non-stick than not. And you're gonna wanna get this spray all over the inside of the pan, because there will be, oh, I just got it on the, oh no. I'm gonna have to clean that up. I've got a paper towel with me today as well. But you are gonna want spray all over the inside of the pan, just because if you don't do that, the marshmallow will stick all over the inside of your pan. And who wants marshmallow sticking all over the inside of your pan? I know I don't, because I want to make sure as much marshmallow as possible gets into my Rice Krispie treats, not onto the pan and burnt. But there we go. Just clean that up just a little bit. Let's go ahead and just handle the rim right here as well, just like that. And now that I have handled that, let's go ahead and add in my butter. As said, you're gonna want 3 tablespoons. If you feel like you want to add more is not too big of a deal by any means, but don't add like an enormous amount. But 3 tablespoons is really what you're gonna want. So let's go ahead and grab my butter and just go ahead and just fill this up just like that. And I think that'll do for the first one. I'm probably gonna be adding a little bit too much butter today, but a little bit too much butter never hurt anybody, except for causing like cardiovascular issues and stuff like that kind of thing. Don't worry about it though, don't worry about it. Let's go ahead, fill up the second one, just like that as well. There we go, I think that should be good. And just get that out with my finger, just like that. And let's go ahead and grab a third as well. And I think for this third one, I might go for a little bit less, something like that. And that should equal out to around about the amount of butter that we need. Of course, this is a very scientific recipe. So you want to make sure that you get the proportions exactly right, but don't y'all worry. I know what I'm doing. I am a trained professional. I am definitely not eating the butter straight out of the tub or anything like that kind of thing. No way, no way. I wouldn't do that. Fried butter, what's that? I don't know what fried butter is. I love fried butter. I say as I've actually never had fried butter before. I never have had fried butter before. I don't know if I ever want to try fried butter. I've heard both good and bad things, but it sounds like it would give me a heart attack in all honesty. But now that you've added the butter to your pan, you're gonna want to go ahead and put it on low heat. So let's go ahead and get my stove going, just like that, and put it down to low heat. Just put it on like the minimum flame, and we're just gonna let the butter slowly simmer and melt, which is going pretty well so far. And you're gonna wanna take your spatula, and if your spatula is a particularly sticky one, you might want to spray it, and that might be something I do with this spatula today, as definitely stuff sticks to it a little bit more so than not. So let's go ahead and just spray the spatula real quick. Just like that should do. Just want to make sure you don't get any of the marshmallows sticking to your spatula or anything like that kind of thing. And so far, this butter is melting quite nicely. Since I am using a gas stove, this definitely does go a little bit more quickly than not. Most of the time when I am making my Rice Krispie treats, I'm generally using an induction cooktop, so it definitely takes a little bit longer, but with a gas stove, it's definitely a bit more of a quick experience, I will acknowledge. And I am real quick gonna go ahead and take off my jacket. It's feeling a little bit chilly out here, but for cooking, I wanna make sure that I'm not getting any of my sleeves into anything or anything like that, so gotta be a little bit careful. And this is on minimum, but I'm gonna turn it down even just a little bit more, just like that. And we're just gonna wait for all of the butter to be done. Now, honestly, I should have pre-prepared a lot of stuff, frankly put, like my crispy rice and my marshmallows, but my marshmallows don't really need to be pre-prepared. I just need to rip open a hole in the bag, which is what I'm doing right now. And once these are in the pan, and the pan is put onto high heat, and the stove is put onto high heat, which then puts the pan onto high heat, I will then pre-prepare my crispy rice cereal. But, there we go. Just got the bag open. Let's see, all of my butter appears to be melted. We are all good. Now, what you're gonna wanna do after you've melted the butter in your pan is you're just gonna wanna add in an entire 10-ounce bag of marshmallows. And let's go ahead and do that real quick. So an entire 10-ounce bag, as said, all in just like that. All in just like that. There we go, easy peasy. Let's go and put that down, and I'm just gonna put something on top of the bag just so it doesn't fly away. Don't wanna be littering, of course. And there we go. And you're gonna wanna go ahead and put your pan on a higher heat setting, just so those marshmallows get to melting. Some of them are already starting to melt, but this can take a minute, but you're just gonna wanna make sure kind of all of them touch the bottom, if at all possible, and there we go. And you're just gonna wanna stir them around every once in a while, but let's go ahead and get my crispy rice box all opened up, if I can, and let's go ahead and get this bag all opened up, so we can go ahead and get a cup of this all prepared. We're gonna want 6 cups of this recipe, or for this recipe, we're gonna want 6 cups of the Rice Krispie cereal for this recipe. There we go, just like that. And we're gonna wanna go ahead and stir it around. It's getting to melting, it's getting to melting, it's doing good, it's doing good. Let's go ahead and hold this while I'm stirring it around. But my marshmallows, they are melting. Let's go ahead and pick up one if I can. I should have brought out a pair of tongs with me, but I did not. What I can say though is that is a very good idea to spray the entire inside of the pan, because this is just doing the trick, frankly put. My goodness, my goodness. Wow, these are actually melting a lot faster than I thought. I thought I was gonna have more prep time while all of this was melting, but no, I was wrong. My goodness, my goodness. Let's see if I can pick up a little bit. Yeah, as we can see, melting very easily, no complaints on my behalf. My Rice Krispie treats are coming along, they're coming along. Smells fantastic if I do say so myself. Might have been a good idea to grab, honestly, like a 5-cup measuring cup. I didn't do that. That might actually be a better idea if you're using a gas stove. Generally not that big of a deal if you're not using a gas stove, but would have probably been a good idea for this experience today. But you're gonna want this like fully melted into a like marshmallow puff almost. I could still see some blobs and bits and pieces of the edges of the marshmallows, so not quite done yet, but will be soon. Just gonna wanna keep stirring it around. Just gonna let it go for a second. There we go, just like that. It's going well. This recipe is gonna be fantastic. I am ready for some Rice Krispie treats, I will acknowledge. No complaints, no complaints. And I just realized I haven't even cracked open my alcohol yet. Let's do that real quick. Let's crack open my alcohol. That is nice, that is nice. All right, well, this is definitely getting pretty melted. How can I show y'all what's going on? So there's the inside of the pan right there. It's all getting pretty melted. Oh, let's see if I can just put it back in the same exact place it was. I think that's about right. And, all right, I think this is a bit high now. We're gonna wanna put it down on a lower setting now. I did accidentally just turn it off a little bit too much. All right, and I think it's time to add our crispy rice. So let's go ahead and start doing that, just like that. And we're just gonna be very quick with pouring. That's 3 cups. You're gonna wanna add a total of 6. 4 cups. 5 cups. And 6 cups. All right. And you're gonna wanna just stir it all up. Stir, stir, stir. Put it on minimum. Stir, stir, stir. And you're just gonna wanna keep stirring. Just do not stop stirring no matter what. Stirring is the name of the game. Whew, okay, all right. And definitely your arm might start feeling a bit tired, but you cannot stop stirring. You cannot stop stirring. You keep stirring no matter what. That is one of the most important things that you must keep in mind if you're making these. You have to keep stirring. There is no stopping. This is a time-sensitive endeavor. So you're just gonna wanna keep stirring your Rice Krispie treats, just like that. Get all of everything off the side, as there's some Rice Krispies kind of sticking to the side right now. And I'm just gonna stand up again and just kind of make sure everything's all good. All right, it's all looking pretty evenly done, but I'm gonna keep going anyway. Even if it looks done, you're gonna wanna keep stirring at least for another second. I'm gonna put it on low, just to get it warmed up just a little bit again. All right, and I think it's about right. I think it's about right. All right. And now you're gonna wanna take your pan right here. You're gonna wanna spray the inside of it with some oil. Just like that. And you're gonna wanna take your pan that you made the Rice Krispie treats in, and you're gonna wanna go ahead and dump them out into this glass pan. And this is not the easiest thing to do, but there we go. The sides of this pan are unexpectedly warm, but it's okay. Not that big of a deal. All right, there we go. Okay, and I've got some more to take out, but I'm just gonna go ahead and spread this out. This pan is a little bit bigger than really what I needed, in all honesty, but that is a-okay. If you really want to make these look really like pretty and stuff like that, you're gonna want to flatten it out. Personally, I don't care about the aesthetics. I just want a good, delicious meal, a good, delicious Rice Krispie treat, and so I don't really mind if it looks a little bit like not super flat and square and stuff like that kind of thing. I just want it to be a good enough organization to like just dry thoroughly and cool thoroughly and everything like that. And that is what we're going to be doing for the next 10 minutes or so. For the next 10 minutes or so, we are going to be wanting to just let these cool. As the Rice Krispie treats, they're not done until they're fully cooled. I'm going to go ahead and just try to get the rest of the Rice Krispie treats out of my pan if I can, as I've got a bunch that were stuck to the sides and stuff like that, as we can see. So I'm going to try to get a bunch of those out. And after I do that, I'm going to go and put some cling wrap over this and just let it cool down and whatnot. And the cling wrap is a very essential part, especially if you are making these Rice Krispie treats outside like I am today, because you want to make sure no bugs can get on your Rice Krispie treats or anything like that. And there we go, there we go. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and grab my knife that I have with me today. I'm just going to scrape all of that off of the spatula, just like that. Easy peasy, easy peasy. This is a pretty easy recipe, nothing too crazy, but took me a couple months of just trial and error kind of thing. Almost every day I was making this recipe. So really just a couple months of trial and error. It's very simple, and when it comes to Rice Krispie treats, really simple is the name of the game. But there we go, there we go. I'm gonna leave the rest of everything inside the pan, and I think we are all set. And I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of start tamping everything down, and I'm gonna do a little bit of a taste test real quick. Perfect. Perfect, if I do say so myself. Now, as said, these aren't done until they're fully cooled. So we are gonna have to wait just a little bit. And what I'm gonna do in the meantime is I am gonna drink a little bit more alcohol. I'm gonna kind of just start putting my stove away and stuff like that. And I am gonna grab a thumbnail with my pan of Rice Krispie treats, and then I'm gonna put the plastic wrap on them. So let's go ahead, and I think I've got a chair right next to me, and I'm just gonna move my pan and my stove over there just for the moment, just like that. And I'll handle the cleanup for this after the video. And let's move my chair a bit closer, bring my camera in. Oh man, this is so good. This is so good. Oh man, perfect. Yes, perfect. Absolutely delicious. That is so good. Absolutely no complaints. Let's go ahead and grab myself a little bit of a thumbnail real quick, because of course I want a thumbnail for this video. So let's see if I can grab that. Oh no, that would have been so bad. That would have been so bad. Oh my God. That would have sucked so much if that had all fallen down. Oh man, I'm so glad I caught that. I'm so glad I caught that. Holy crap. Oh man, I would have been genuinely so disappointed if I just dropped it like on the ground right after making my Rice Krispie treats. Let's try to grab another thumbnail. Let's do like this time. Gotta be going for the Mr. Beast thumbnail, you know what I'm saying? Yes, sir, yes, sir. Oh my goodness, my eyes are starting to water. I'll try again in just a moment. But I'm gonna go ahead and grab my plastic wrap. This is a fresh box, so I am just gonna make sure I open it up properly and everything like this. I think I just opened it up right here. I think so. Yes, tear off the strip. That's what it says, but it did not tear off very well on both occasions, actually. Oh God, I don't want to rip that because that's got the metal strip where I cut everything on. There we go. Okay, cool. And now gonna want to just try to take that off the rest of the way, if I can, maybe. There we go. Perfect. A little bit of trash, just gonna put that over there, make sure I don't be littering or anything like that. Get the rest of that all off. And let's go ahead and just get some cling wrap all out real quick, if I possibly can. Cling wrap is somewhat of a pain. Tin foil is another good option for this, but cling wrap is my go-to, I will acknowledge. And I'm just gonna want to I'm gonna move this back just so y'all can really see what I'm doing. I'm gonna want to just sometimes this works, sometimes this doesn't. There we go. There we go. Okay, perfect. And now we've got some plastic wrap covering up my Rice Krispie treats. All good, all perfect, all ready to go. No complaints on my behalf. There we go, y'all. There we go. Also got a little bit of a sticker on top. I'm just gonna take that off and just stick it to the plastic wrap. And, well, there we go. That is everything to do with my Rice Krispie treats all done. Let's go and try to grab myself another little bit of a thumbnail real quick. And then after that, I'm gonna go put the butter inside because that needs to go back in the fridge. And I'm gonna get back to drinking my alcohol. I'll let this cool down just a little bit more. But look at that, look at that. It looks so good. Well, hopefully one of those will do as a thumbnail for the video. We will find out, I do suppose. I'm gonna go put the butter inside because I don't want it melting too much by any means. You don't want melted butter for this experiment, for this recipe, but you do not want melted butter all on its own in the tub. So I'm gonna go put this back. And man, let me tell y'all what, I took like 2 sips of alcohol and I'm already feeling buzzed. I don't know how the hell that's possible, but I really am. Overall, yeah, I mean, like my patent pending Rice Krispie treat recipe, it's a pretty easy recipe, really nothing too crazy by any means, I will acknowledge. It really is a very simple recipe, one that is easy to do, but one that really has taken a lot of calculation, a lot of figuring out to really get absolutely perfect. You just want the perfect consistency of marshmallow to butter and marshmallow and butter to Rice Krispies. You know, it's taken a lot of experimentation. I've really put a lot of effort into this. And so if you do decide to steal this recipe, I will be forced to sue you because this recipe, what we're looking at right now, this is months of my life that I'm currently holding in my hands. So if you do decide to make this recipe, I will sue you. Do not make this recipe, and I will sue you if you do. That's the truth of the matter. Just feeling it. Still a little bit warm. I think I'm gonna get one of these going because I kind of want one. You know, after you make some food, even if you haven't eaten yet, it's always nice to reward yourself with something, whether it be the food or something else. And I've decided something else today, although I will be rewarding myself with a little bit of food as well because I want some Rice Krispie treats. Man, gotta admit though, no complaints on my behalf. Yeah, this tutorial went off without a hitch. Went off, no problems at all, no issues at all. Did I almost drop my patent pending Rice Krispie treats onto the ground? Low key, I kind of did, but it went off without a hitch nonetheless. So absolutely no complaints on my behalf. Excuse me. And I gotta admit, I do think this hard cider right here is a pretty good pairing for Rice Krispie treats kind of thing. This is a very like, sort of like sweet, appley, honey-like, just like sweet flavor kind of thing. It goes pretty well with the sweet sort of aftertaste I have from the Rice Krispie treat, little just bits I ate. But we're at around about 31 minutes into the video right now. It's been roughly 10 minutes since I finished the Rice Krispie treats. I think, has it been 10 minutes already? I'm not exactly sure. But, what I can say is that I kind of want to let this rest just a little bit longer kind of thing. I don't want to rush it. I want to let them really firm up before I really grab like a chunk to eat. Hot Rice Krispie treats are delicious. Don't get me wrong. I love eating warm Rice Krispie treats. But my personal preference is a Rice Krispie treat that you can like cut off of a big chunk and just eat it without worrying that it's gonna like start falling apart in your hand or melting in your hand or anything like that kind of thing. You want one that's cooled for a good amount of time, and so I'm letting this cool for a good amount of time. But yeah, patent pending Rice Krispie treat video. Do not make this at home. Patent pending Rice Krispie treat video. Patent pending Rice Krispie treat recipe. I'm getting more jumbled up. This alcohol it's 8%. It's already starting to hit. I don't know how I'm already getting a buzz, but I am. No complaints, no complaints. But patent pending Rice Krispie treat recipe. It's been literally months of effort that's gone into this. Months of effort that's gone into this recipe. You know, I'm like, I've been kind of understating just how much time I've put into this recipe during this video, honestly, because this is a recipe that has been in major development for, I would say, the last probably 4 to 5 months kind of thing. Like I've been making this recipe at least once a week for the last couple months, just really trying to make sure that I get it perfect for my patent and for this video. But off and on, this recipe has been in development for over the last 4 years now. I've been making Rice Krispie treats and just experimenting with what the different sort of ingredient levels I should do for around about the last like 4 years now kind of thing. So I mean, like, this recipe has been in development for a very long time, and it is a recipe that I'm very proud of. I would say, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of this recipe if you guys make it. But that's not something I will actually say, because if I said that, I would be inviting you to invalidate my patent by making it at home. And I don't want to invite that, because this is my patent pending Rice Krispie treat recipe. And as said, if you guys make this recipe at home, I will sue you. Do not make this recipe. Do not make these Rice Krispie treats. They're for my eyes. They're for my stomach only. But if you'd like to buy my patent pending Rice Krispie treats, see if they're available on DoorDash near you. Just kidding. I do not have a commercial grade kitchen on hand to actually offer that, but it would be amusing if, like, unironically I did. That would actually be pretty amusing. But I think I'm going to take another sip of alcohol. And I think it's now time to see how these officially are. It's been about 13, 14, 15 minutes since put these in the pan. Feeling the Rice Krispie treats. They've cooled down just a little bit. So let's go ahead and grab my knife that is now under some stuff, and let's go ahead and cut myself off a piece. Just like that. Perfect. Well, I just dropped a little piece on the ground. It's okay. And just put the knife right there. Cover it back up. Take a sip of this. And let's go ahead and take a bite of my patent pending Rice Krispie treats and find out just how they are on video for the very first time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Not too sweet, not too not sweet, the perfect level of crunch. This is really dang good. It's so good. And really, the crunch, in my opinion, is just such an important aspect of a good Rice Krispie treat, a good homemade Rice Krispie treat. And these have such a good crunch to them. The crunch is perfect. The sweetness is perfect. They're sticking together quite well, but there are some bits and pieces falling off. But, man, this is, in my opinion, the absolute perfect, the absolutely ideal Rice Krispie treat. This is what every Rice Krispie treat aspires to be. But these are my Rice Krispie treats, my patent pending Rice Krispie treats. This is so good. No complaints. Not too dry, not too wet, but just dry enough to make you want a little bit of water with it. Man. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. These are delicious, delicious Rice Krispie treats. No complaints on my behalf. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm gonna have a little bit more in a minute, but I'm gonna have a little bit more of this and this real quick. It's so good. It's so good. And pairs pretty well with one of these too. I'm gonna have a little bit more. That is honestly like some good cutting ASMR that's so satisfying. perfect. So good. Do I recommend these Rice Krispie treats? Absolutely. But I do not recommend making them. Do not make these. What's a good name for my patent pending recipe, though? Just the Jones patent pending Rice Krispie treats? I feel like that's pretty solid, honestly. I don't have like a short, snappy name that I think really works for this, but I think like the Jones patent pending Rice Krispie treats. Yeah, I think that's a good name for this recipe, and that's what I've officially dubbed this recipe right here. Some bits and pieces fell off onto the cling wrap, so I was like, I might as well not waste any food, right? That was delicious. That was super good. Frankly put, absolutely no complaints on my behalf. Are my patent pending Rice Krispie treats some of the absolute best that you can make? Yes, they absolutely are. But no, you should not make them, because if you do, remember, I will sue you for everything you own and everything you will ever own. I am threatening a lawsuit right now if y'all decide to make these Rice Krispie treats right here. My patent pending Rice Krispie treats, to be precise. Man, so good though, so good. I've got a little bit of sugar in my system coming from both the Rice Krispie treats and my alcohol. My alcohol has been quite good. I enjoyed having one of these, and I've enjoyed this experience today. It's been my pleasure to make some Rice Krispie treats on video and to show y'all how to make my patent pending Rice Krispie treats and to give you all a full tutorial on how to make them. It's been a great time. It's been a great time. No complaints. No complaints on my behalf. I'm going to finish off my alcohol in a minute, and I think that's going to be the video right there. Some alcohol, though. Absolutely an essential ingredient. And in my opinion, a hard cider is probably the best alcohol to have with some Rice Krispie treats, if I do say so myself. Whew. Got a little bit of a buzz, without a doubt. Let's finish off my drink and finish off the video. That was good. That was good. And overall, this video was super fun to make. I had a great time giving y'all a full tutorial on how to make my patent pending Rice Krispie treat recipe. Yes, I had a great time drinking a little bit of alcohol and giving y'all a full tutorial on how to make my patent pending Rice Krispie treats. Excuse me. And I hope you guys have enjoyed watching as well. If you guys have enjoyed watching this video, of course, like and subscribe. And make sure to check out everything in the description down below. And remember not to make these Rice Krispie treats. Do not do it. Do not do it. I had a great time today. As said, like, subscribe. Appreciate y'all watching today's video. Hope you guys have enjoyed. And until the next one, y'all, stay safe in peace and have a great one.